The recipients of the 2013 Right Livelihood Award are Paul Walker from the USA, Denis Mukwege from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Herren from Switzerland, and Raji Sourani from Palestine.
Raji Sourani is the most prominent human rights lawyer based in the Gaza Strip. He has been defending and promoting human rights for all in Palestine and the Arab world for 35 years.
Mr. Raji Sourani is both a lawyer, a human rights activist, and he's also the executive director of the Palestinian Center for Human Rights, which is a center established in Gaza City. He is also president of the Arab Organization for Human Rights.
Raji Sourani has defended countless victims before Israeli courts. Standing up to power, he has been imprisoned on 6 separate occasions by both Israel and the Palestinian Authority.
He is fighting for the principles, and if that means that he has to go up against the Israeli occupation or his own authority, or now in the Arab countries, the corrupt regimes and oppressive regimes that we have there, that is what he does. He managed in a very difficult region to keep to the principles of international law, and in that way advocating for a non-violent response to all this violence. And I think that is really a big achievement.
Paul Walker is working for a chemical weapon-free world. His commitment has helped to safely eliminate more than 50,000 metric tons of chemical weapons.
Paul Walker has played a key role in raising the funds for this, mainly from governments, over $1 billion per year. It is much more expensive to destroy chemical weapons than to manufacture them, which actually is frighteningly easy.
At all levels, Paul Walker is working to put pressure on several nations to sign and implement an international convention for the abolition of chemical weapons.
He has been coordinating over 150 civil society organizations who are working to ensure that the 1997 Chemical Weapons Convention banning chemical weapons will be implemented, that it will be signed by those countries which haven't signed it yet, which of course includes Syria and Israel. And if the West, if the world had put enough pressure on them, I'm sure that this could have been achieved, and we wouldn't be seeing these horrible, frightful pictures we have been seeing recently from Syria. So for that reason alone, I think the work is more urgent than ever.
Dr. Denis Mukwege founded the Panzi Hospital in the war-torn region of Kivu in eastern Congo. About 40,000 rape victims, often seriously injured, have been treated by the specialists of Panzi Hospital with Dr. Denis Mukwege as chief surgeon. Also, he very openly addresses the root causes of the sexual violence, despite the threat to his own life. Even after a brutal attack aimed at him resulted in the death of a colleague, he and his staff continue their life-saving work.
When I visited Panzi Hospital, we met patients who had been walking for 2 weeks to make it to the hospital to get first aid. Just to give you an idea, it's the only infrastructure in the whole province of southern Kivu that helps and that can actually do surgery. What really impressed me is that they have this holistic approach. It's not just the surgery, but they really they integrate the women when they come into the hospital in small groups already to make sure that they're able to go back to their lives, and they provide the legal aid and everything. So that is very, very impressive.
Dr. Rudolf Herren is one of the world's leading experts on biological pest control. When a new pest threatened the cassava root in Africa, he designed and implemented a successful biological control program that has been credited with saving millions of lives. With his Swiss-based Biovision foundation, Rudolf Herren supports farmers in Africa to combat hunger, poverty and disease.
Herren is of special significance to me because one of the biggest challenges for the world today is about food supply.
Biovision is improving small-scale farmers' livelihoods in East Africa by transmitting knowledge and methods of ecological farming. To this end, they use different media channels, a farmer's newspaper, a radio show, and an internet platform.
So Hans Herren shows the way the world should go. And we believe that this award would bring again to the notice of policymakers and governments around the world that the right way to go is not the most complicated way. The right way to go is actually the simple way, doing common sense part, supporting small-scale farmers who have done so much without much support and who need to be supported now so that we can overcome the crisis that we would otherwise be confronted with.
The jury felt that they were securing fundamentals of human dignity. This is a question of the right to food, the right to peace, the right to justice, and the right of protection from violence is probably the most important reason for this award, to give hope to others that there are solutions and they can be implemented and they are being implemented.